What's going on, YouTube? I'm back, and today I'm bringing you guys a gameplay on Kings Row. Now I'm going up against Shadowburn and some other really good players on the ladder here. I also have some fantastic teammates on my team. I'm not sure which Korean is on my team, but he is a very good player, and I'm pretty sure he's in the Overwatch League. I just don't know who he is. Now, I didn't know what I was going to talk about for this voiceover, although I felt like doing a voiceover for some reason. So I just found this little thing online, and it's a bunch of questions that should enable you guys to get to know me a little better. So here we go. The first question is, who inspires you and why? Well, I would say who inspires me is a lot of people. At the moment, I find it used to be Kobe Bryant was always a source of inspiration that I found. But as of lately, I find myself inspired by a lot of Jordan Peterson lectures and stuff on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know who Jordan Peterson is, but currently he is a source of inspiration for me. I've also commonly been inspired by Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Bill Gates even has inspired me in many ways. Just because of the way he revolutionized the computer industry and was in his own way a visionary and a pioneer for what we see today, and obviously building Microsoft, one of the biggest corporations ever made, if not the biggest ever made. Elon Musk is one of my inspirations as well. Other famous athletes that I find inspiring are LeBron James. I also am inspired by John Jones. I know he has had quite a controversial career to this point, but I've always been a fan of him, and I won't allow anything that has defamed his character sway my opinion of him. He made some mistakes in his life. I'm not going to act like I'm a perfect person and immediately change my perception of him over a couple things he did wrong. Those are the people who inspire me. The third question is, do you care what others think about you? Well, I kind of have an interesting philosophy on that, and the philosophy is basically, I do care what people feel about me, but at the same time, I don't at all. I know that is a ridiculous statement to make, but I feel like as humans, we always care what other people think of us. Well, if we didn't care what people thought about us, I'm pretty sure that would make us like psychopaths or sociopaths or something. So I think that it's completely impossible to completely remove yourself from valuing other people's opinions of oneself. But at the same time, I do know that a lot of people, if they knew me, and this goes for every human ever, if anybody that didn't like me actually knew me in person and knew my philosophies about the things that I do and what motivates me and why I say the things that I say, I feel like if they got a better understanding of who I was, they would be a fan of me and they would like me a lot. And I feel like that is true for every person on this earth. You know, some people, if you look at them and you just put what they did in a vacuum, you will find that, you know, maybe this person isn't actually so bad. And I feel like I always try and keep that in mind when I do hear people saying rude things to me about me. Most of the time when people are talking shit about me, I always feel like I could potentially win that person over by explaining myself. But on the internet and in real life, sometimes you don't always get a chance to explain yourself. And more often than not, when someone says bad things about you, they're really saying stuff about them, about their own selves. I mean, I think for a person to have negative feelings towards another person for no reason at all, which I've encountered a lot, just being a Twitch personality and a YouTube personality, if they hate me, I think that they probably hate something within themselves that they see is also present in me, which results in them having negative feelings towards me. So I do care what people think about me, but I never really let it impact me in any significant way because I feel like I'm a good person and I never set out to hurt anyone, and I never go out of my way to hurt anyone. I may accidentally do it sometimes, but that's never my intent. The next question on here is, what are you most looking forward to? What am I most looking forward to? I feel like the thing I'm looking most forward to is getting to a point in my life where I feel like I have achieved the things that I've set out to achieve. That can kind of be a fleeting goal. however, because the things we want as humans, I believe, are always constantly changing. For example, when you're young, you might want a new toy, you might want to go on a vacation somewhere or have an experience of some sort, and then as you grow older, you want more things like a career, and then as you get older from that point, you just want really, really genuine relationships and experiences in your life. So it's hard to say what I'm most looking forward to. But right now, what I'm most looking forward to, I would say, is finding purpose in my life, finding a reason, a fulfilling reason to wake up every day and feel like what I'm doing with my time is what I truly want to be doing with my life. But I can't really see any further down the road than that. But one thing I also look forward to a lot is being a father one day and being the best father that I can be. That is something that might be a little strange to hear, but it's something that I can't wait to do. You know, I can't wait to make a difference in my kids' life and teach them so many lessons and try to make them a better person than I am today. The next question on the list is, what is one life rule you follow? Now, one life rule I've always followed is to just always be an authentic version of myself and to always share my opinion 100% truthfully when asked for it. Now, sometimes I might have an opinion that might go against the consensus of the group that I'm in at a certain time, so I just won't voice my opinion because all it will do is cause some sort of discourse. But if you ask me for my opinion about something, I always try and give you a 100% unbiased, truthful opinion about something. I'm never one to lie about my opinions or my feelings towards something. Sometimes it hurts people's feelings, but it's one of those rules that, like the question asks, what's one rule I always follow? And that's one of those rules that I hold very dear to myself. I have very authentic opinions. I'm never trying to crowd please. I always say exactly how I feel. Only when asked, though. Sometimes if I know how I feel will hurt someone's feelings, I'll keep it to myself. But if you really want to know how I feel about something, ask me and I will straight up tell you. The next question on here is, which fictional character do you wish you could meet? Which fictional character do I wish I could meet? That's kind of hard, actually. Now that I probably should have thought about this before I pressed record, but I would like to say Master Chief because he was always like an awesome fictional character that I always looked up to when I was young. But I feel like Master Chief is kind of like a psychopath or a sociopath. He doesn't really have much personality, to be honest. But one fictional character I would like to meet would probably be... Honestly, guys, I can't even think about what that would be at the moment. So I'm going to have to go on to the next question. The next question on here is, what is my dream job? I feel like if everything went 100% the best it could go in my life and I could take any position in the world that I wanted, it would be probably somewhere owning a business and being a big shot caller in that business in terms of our vision, our marketing strategy, basically the culture that we have there in our business. It could be a sports team even. I could manage a sports team, be a general manager or an owner of a sports team that has a very, very impactful culture, a culture that is actually so strong that it would kind of just take care of itself like an ecosystem. It would basically be a team of all A players, and when you have a team of all A players, it will naturally reject B players because B players don't like to work for A players because A players put too much pressure on them, and A players like said pressure, so A players attract more A players. A players have accountability, they are talented, and they say how they feel. And I feel like in a perfect world, I would own a business that is very successful. I don't know what said business would be about. It would obviously have to be in an avenue that I'm very knowledgeable about. But yeah, it would be a business with a very, very strong sense of culture and a very, very strong sense of identity and purpose. The next question is, as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? Now, when I was younger, I always wanted to design video games. At the time, I didn't really know what that actually meant or what it looked like. But looking at it now, that would still be a fantastic job for me. I think I think probably everybody watching this video probably feels this way, but I feel like we all feel like we can design video games very well. I feel like that's something I would love to do, and that's something that I wanted to do when I was a little wee boy. Next question is, what skill would you like to master? Well, I don't know if this is a skill or not, but I feel like talking to people and being charismatic is a skill I would love to master. I feel like the ability to maintain and to immediately win people over in life via your words and your charisma and your enthusiasm for what's happening in the present moment is basically how you win at life. I feel like the most important skill that anyone can have in this world is the ability to form relationships very, very quickly and to have very strong, deep relationships with the people all around you in your life. I think the depth of a man could be measured by the depth of his relationships. I mean, I feel like you aren't really a man until you have an entire group of people in your life that you are very close to, that you know very well, and who feel like you're an authentic person and you are a leader and you're a great salesman and you're a great motivator, and all of those things are all, I feel like, interpersonal people skills. So if people skills is an actual skill, that is definitely one that I would like to have. But that's all for the questions today. I will do more in the next video. I still have a ton of them here. And I just want to say to you guys, thank you guys so much for all of you who hang out in my Twitch streams. Thank you guys so much for all of you guys who watch my YouTube videos, who leave likes down below and sub and comment. And thank you guys so much. You know, it really makes this whole experience way better knowing that the things that I do are being shared with some other people. You know, I played a lot of video games when I was younger, but it was always just by myself. But having other people that are here to be a part of it all makes it so much better. So I just want to say one more time, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.